support. Made sure that he's been able to give the strike to Sylhet Afridi. He's also hit a long ball out of the ground as well, so he's also capable of finding the ropes in these latter overs. 9 and over gives them 156, 11 and over gives them 164. So we saw that 158 not good enough last night. The first night 165 I think it was, not good enough. Side batting second, chasing that down. That'll be in the back of his mind. Sylhet Afridi, now he's got to this position, he's got to bat to the end and find a few more boundaries. I thought about coming back, should have come back. Very ungainly, trying to keep deep in his crease and work it away on the leg side, and ended up getting the leading edge. There we go. Just wasn't in the right area, and luckily it skewed off along the ground. Lazy running though. Really should have been more urgent and come back and retained the strike.
Shafal Alam, shame for him because it's twice been dropped of his bowling. Is this out? Finally, Islam will feel lucky. Had Afridi dropped twice off him on 12 and 25. Now Sylhet.
Al-Fatah দাখিল টেস্ট পেপারস
2016 পরীক্ষার্থীদের কাঙ্ক্ষিত চাহিদা পূরণে এখন সর্বত্র
স্পেশাল অফার। জিতে নাও জিনিক্স ব্র্যান্ডের শতাধিক উপকরণ। আল-ফাতা পড়ো, নিজেকে গড়ো।
আর জিতে নাও জিনিক্সের শিক্ষা উপকরণ।
আবার কি করলা?
ডাবল প্রবলেম রে। দর্জি যেতে ভুলে গেছি। সিরিয়ালের সময় খেলা দেখেছি।
এই যে ডাবল প্রবলেমের ডাবল সলিউশন, অ্যালপেনলিবে ডাবলি।
নতুন অ্যালপেনলিবে ডাবলি, রিচ কফি আর স্মুথ ক্রিমের ডাবল লেয়ার। অ্যালপেনলিবে ডাবলি, হৃদয়ের বাঁধনে বাঁধে। অ্যালপেনলিবে।
এখন না ভাইয়া, ফ্লাইট ধরতে হবে। একটু চিপস দাও না।
হারিয়ে যায় বম্বে সুইটসের আলুজ 4টি ফ্লেভারে।
সম্মানিত যাত্রী মাহমুদুল্লাহ রিয়াজ, আপনাকে ছাড়াই আমাদের চলে যেতে হচ্ছে।
হারিয়ে যায়।
শীতকাল 25% পর্যন্ত কোমলতা কেড়ে নিয়ে ত্বককে রুক্ষ করে দেয়, তাই যে কোনো আঁচড়েই হয়ে যায় দাগ। ভ্যাসলিন ডিপ রিস্টোর মাইক্রো ড্রপলেটের সাথে রুক্ষ ত্বককে ময়শ্চারাইজ করার মাধ্যমে সুস্থ করে। আজই স্ক্র্যাচ টেস্ট করে দেখুন। এই হলো
Straight away off the mark. So he's been successful finally as Shafiul Islam created the opportunity of Sylhet Afridi early on in his first spell. And he's been able to come back and get the wicket of Sohail Tanvir. 75 matches for Razak. Strike rate of under 100. Best of 36, but only 176 runs, so hardly gets to the crease really. This is how Sohail Tanvir perished. Trying to get it through the offside. Outside half of the bat. And the man at backward point making no mistake. Right, so 4 men up in the circle on the offside. That means on the leg side, there's nobody in the circle. Everybody on the boundary. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if he places it well, there's a possibility of 2. But he's gone for the big hit. It's going to bounce short to the man at mid-on. So luckily, not getting anywhere near the requisite contact, and that saved him in the end.
Well, it is his night, isn't it? Afridi, in between some of that finesse and timing of whistling the ball out of the park, he's got lucky. Leading edges, stand with a couple of bounces that he's fended off a little and lobbed out to no man's land. So's this one. Lucky it didn't go down Akmal's throat on the bounce and survives again.
Very good ball. Lovely ending to the over for Shafiul Islam.
শীতকাল 25% পর্যন্ত কোমলতা কেড়ে নিয়ে ত্বককে রুক্ষ করে দেয়, তাই যে কোনো আঁচড়েই হয়ে যায় দাগ। ভ্যাসলিন ডিপ রিস্টোর মাইক্রো ড্রপলেটের সাথে রুক্ষ ত্বককে ময়শ্চারাইজ করার মাধ্যমে সুস্থ করে। আজই স্ক্র্যাচ টেস্ট করে দেখুন। এই হলো ভ্যাসলিনের ত্বক সুস্থ করার শক্তি।
আজ নয় কাল নয়,
বেঁচে থাকো আজীবন,
বেঁচে থাকো তুমি, বেঁচে থাকো ঝুমঝুমি, বেঁচে থাকো সোনামণি।
সবার সাথে আজীবন 1 পয়সা প্রতি সেকেন্ড। এবার তোমার ফোন বেঁচে থাকবে আজীবন। এয়ারটেল, দেশের সেরা স্মার্টফোন নেটওয়ার্ক।
পছন্দের রঙে দেয়াল টাঙানোর খরচ জানুন আঙুলের ছোঁয়ায়, ঘরে বসে। ডাউনলোড করুন গুগল প্লে থেকে বার্চের মোবাইল অ্যাপ কালার্স অফ হ্যাপিনেস।
আসছে 4 ডিসেম্বর।
Leg side. Mohamed Amir back into the attack. Bowled in! What a delivery. He was nowhere shy of Freedy. Back in the crease. Wonderfully bowled by Mohamed Amir and clips the bails to dismiss Shahid Afridi.
His luck has just run out. Finally, say the Vikings put down at 12 and 25, and look at this. What an absolute jaffer. Hits right on the top of off stump, whips off the bails, the ball goes flying off the top of the stumps over the keeper, Animal Haq.
ভাই তুমি চা বানাই দিলা?
এক কাপ চাই যদি বানায় খাওয়াতে না পারি, কমিশনার হওয়ার পরে কি করব? ভাই
তুমি যেরকম নাম্বার 1, তোমার চাও কিন্তু নাম্বার 1।
এমন নাম্বার 1 মানুষদের জন্যই নাম্বার 1 চা পাতা, কন্ডেন্স মিল্ক আর চিনির দুর্দান্ত কম্বিনেশনে 1 কাপ নাম্বার 1 চা। নাম্বার 1 জয় সব সময়।
আসছে 4 ডিসেম্বর। রবি আর দারাজ নিয়ে এলো ফাটাফাটি ফ্রাইডেতে ফাটাফাটি মূল্য ছাড়। রবি স্বাস্থ্যসম্মত বান, সাথে সুস্বাদু স্ট্রবেরি ক্রিম। এই দুইয়ের অপূর্ব সমন্বয় অল টাইম স্ট্রবেরি বান। অল টাইম বান, ছোট খিদে বড় সমাধান।
No matter what, protect your walls with Royale. It comes with Teflon Surface Protector.
ব্যাটারির এই ঝামেলা চান না যারা, তাদের জন্য সিল মেইনটেনেন্স ফ্রি গ্লো ব্যাগ, যা দীর্ঘস্থায়ী এবং এতে পানি দিতে হয় না কখনোই।
গ্লো ব্যাগ, দ্য ড্রাইভ উইদিন। আসছে 4 ডিসেম্বর। রবি আর দারাজ নিয়ে এলো ফাটাফাটি ফ্রাইডেতে ফাটাফাটি মূল্য ছাড়। রবি
এভার মল ড্রিঙ্কস, অন্যরকম ফিলিংস।
হ্যাঁ ব্যালেন্স শেষ, চায়ে চুমুক দে ব্যালেন্স চলে আসবে।
এখন ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর বেস্টের 400 গ্রাম প্যাকে 10 থেকে 50 টাকা পর্যন্ত মোবাইল রিচার্জ ফ্রি। এছাড়া 200 গ্রামের প্রতি প্যাকে 5 টাকা ছাড়। চা মানে লাইফটা ভরপুর, চা মানে ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর।
To his third over, just conceded 7. The one wicket, that of Afridi, important one, but a wonderful run out in the first over as well.
Great comeback, and right when the skipper wanted it, found the searching length. Afridi nowhere. It's like he was facing his first ball, searching for it, and he was nowhere near it. Look at this, down all ends up, hits the top of off, and the ball goes flying over the keeper's head, Animal Haq, all the way down to the fence. Yeah, he appreciated that. Even did Boom Boom Afridi. Bowler knows that that was an absolute jaffer.
By standing back in his crease, though, he allowed it to do all the stuff that it needed to do. If he had been on his crease, been forward, he would have been able to negotiate that a lot better, I reckon. Beaten a bucket, that's what it's called. Just trying to maybe second guess Mohamed Amir, think he might start with a slower ball or start with a shorter delivery, but he pitched up, good length delivery, and it just deviated a touch off the straight, enough to get past the outside edge and into that off stump. 1 for 8. Really, really good stuff.
Almost squeezed through here from Mohamed Amir. Stepping on the gas as the big left armour. You know, the danger here now is that they could still get bowled out here, the Super Stars. Number 10's in, looking for 2 more wickets. And there's still 2.2 overs left. Well, some great Yorkers, this kid. Wants to come round the wicket to the right-hander now. Shazad. He'll do well to keep out a decent Yorker.
Pensive look from Mushfiqur Rahim. He knows that if Afridi had stayed there for a little while longer, they might have been able to get 150, 160. But he also knows that Afridi was given a life early and it could have been a lot worse than this. At least they have something with which to bowl against when they come out in the second half. And if they can get to 140, we saw what happened in the first game. Camilla able to defend. Swing and a miss again.
প্রতিদিন এভাবে হাজারো মানুষের খুশির সীমা ছাড়াচ্ছে স্বর্ণের ছোঁয়ায়। রবির 39 টাকার গোল্ডেন রিচার্জ অফারে প্রতিদিন প্রতি ঘন্টায় প্রথম 2 জন রিচার্জকারী পাচ্ছেন নিশ্চিত গোল্ড কয়েন। মাত্র 39 টাকার রিচার্জে আজই সুযোগ নিন। রবি।
এত বড় হোটেলে প্রথম বেতন পেয়েছি মা, লেটস সেলিব্রেট।
কাপড় দেখেছো? মনে হয় প্রথমবার এসেছে।
প্রথমবার এসেছি, কিন্তু শেষবার না। নতুন রিন, যা কাপড়কে করে তোলে নতুনের মতো সাদা। নতুন রিন, থাকুন উজ্জ্বল সবসময়।
চারিদিকে জীবাণুরা করে হাওমাও, ভাগাতে ওদের হাতে স্যাভলন নাও। পড়ে যাবে সব জীবাণুর দল, হাতে হাতে থাকতে। জীবাণুরা ছড়ায় হাত থেকে, তাই ওদের ধ্বংস করতে ব্যবহার করো স্যাভলন হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ। স্যাভলন, কমপ্লিট ফ্যামিলি প্রোটেকশন।
রেশমি রেশমি দুনিয়া দেখবে যখন সিল্ক দিয়ে সাজবে জীবন।
He's cranking it up, and against the tail enders, just testing with the shorter one, I should say.
I'll tell you the other thing about this too, Ali Cat. When you're in the subcontinent, and the pitches, as we know, don't tend to bounce that much, this one is, well, unusually pacey for Chittagong. And it is at night, I get all that. But really, short little guy running in skiddy, and you got to watch. And be very careful, be very watchful of the short one. There's the changer. That's the other goodie that he comes up with, Balawal Bhatti. Fast off-cutters, slow bounces, then fast bounces, and then a very, very good Yorker. And I remember talking to star quality batsmen of yesteryear. I'm talking the 20th century up against the likes of the great Malcolm Marshall, who ran and skidded at you and hit a lot of batsmen because of that trajectory and that fast arm action. And Balawal Bhatti does possess that. Quick through the crease, bowls over a brace front leg with a very fast arm. Very watchful.
And like Daniel Kyle Morrison of yesteryear.
Yeah, that's the one in the hole. You've got to be so watchful because he has such a good range of deliveries, range of tricks that he can call on. And a bit of a late starter for Pakistan. Yeah, didn't quite get it right. If he got that right on the Yorker length on the popping crease, I reckon the stumps would have gone everywhere.
In other words, he's got skills. Wonderful skills, Balawal Bhatti. Yeah, that's quick. It really is. He got nowhere near that. Swing and an absolute miss.
Yeah, to me, that's actually playing a bit out of fear, I reckon. See a tail ender do this, and he's getting a wild swing. And if it comes off, he might get an edge, and it'll go flying over the keeper or down a third man fine. Otherwise, it's stumps everywhere. And see you later. Yeah, I remember in a test match in the UAE, and he was cranking the late 140s, 146, 147.
Replay. Trying to hit it over cover. And he's missing it by a good foot, I reckon. Good pace being generated by Bilawal Bhatti. They've taken so long to bowl these overs. Chittagong Vikings, I reckon they're going to be in big trouble insofar as the fines are concerned, but talking an hour and 45 minutes. Good fielding, he hit it very hard. So a dive was required on the boundary to make the save. Did just that, so a brace.
এলোকিয়া সুপার বিউটি সোপ, নতুন রূপে নতুন সৌরভে ভিটামিন ই সমন্বয়ে শুধুমাত্র তোমারই যত্নে, কারণ তুমি স্পেশাল।
শোন বাপ, মাটি নিচে থাকে অনেক অনেক চাপ।
ইউরোপিয়ান প্রযুক্তিতে তৈরি আনোয়ারের A1 পাইপ মাটির 1200 ফুটের বেশি গভীর পর্যন্ত চাপ নিতে সক্ষম, আর টেকেও বহুযুগ।
পাইপ আছে আনোয়ার, ভালো কইরা শোন, বছরের পর বছর পার, নো টেনশন।
আনোয়ারের A1 বোরিং পাইপ, চাপের বাপ।
ভাই ঘানি কই?
আরে এইটার নাম।
Oh, hello. In the Bosch. Wow. Razak versus Amir. Wow. Yeah, that's useful. Good pickup. Outside off. As if he'd been in there for about 15 overs.
Got a bit lazy there, Mohamed Abir. Reckon he could just run and hit a length. Seen what Bilawal Bhatti accomplished the last over and he'd get away with it. But no, I think that's given him a bit of a wake-up call. Needs to return back to bowling at the death, Yorkers, and change of pace. No length balls. Trying for the Yorker. Doesn't quite get it in there. And Abdur Razak able to get a good piece of willow on it. Now that's hurt him. He couldn't get out of the way. And the reflex reaction is to use your hands to protect the body. And I reckon it's hit him hard on the thumb there. That's where he's holding it, the wrist thumb area. And it'll be hurting. A few shocks going through there. Oh, check at him. He's not happy. He's calling for the physio. Where are you? Need some spray, need some ice.
Take a couple of cans of harden up, buddy. From the follow through. Yeah, a bit of spray. Couldn't get out the way, to be fair. And yeah, hit him right on the scapula and the wrist there. That is going to smart somewhat. Get the cold spray on it. This will take even more time for you, Alistair Campbell. Dragging out this innings galore.
Normally the umpires, they would go sit down and say, well, hold on, there was this delay, there was that delay, let's add a few minutes. But I'm looking at this innings and going, where's the delay been? They might have lost some wickets early, but we've had that in the tournament so far where teams have been 3 down, 4 down. There's just no excuses. It's not 45 degrees and, people are sluggish because of the heat. It's really good temperature out there, 23 degrees. So there's just absolutely no excuse, really, to bowl 20 overs. And we're now nigh on 1 hour and 50 minutes. Crazy situation. Afridi was outstanding. Got a life early on, but then he entertained this capacity house here in Chittagong. Lovely flick of the wrist on that occasion. Brute strength on that occasion. That's the Afridi we've come to know and love. Giving himself room to the spinners. That one, another one into the crowd. Oh, he absolutely cracked that one off Bilawal Bhatti. Picked the slower ball and sent it into the bleachers. Now then, he's recovered. He's okay, Mohamed Amir. So 4 balls remaining in this last over. That's better. That's what he's capable of doing. And he executes it perfectly on that occasion.
Yeah, good skills. Grumpy. With the one that came back and smashed into his wrist. That's fired him up. searching to rip out a pole or two. And over 20. Half the over to go.
Yeah, that's why trying the shorter one, just bowled it too short and looped over the batsman's head. Square leg umpire wouldn't have had any problems calling that wide. Ungainly shot from Abdur Razak, trying to find a way to get that away to the boundary, but nowhere near it in the end. Another shorter one. Again, a swing and a miss. He's bowled the one Yorker in this over, and the next two deliveries have been short. One called a wide, and that one really went through to the keeper. Still smarting from that blow he's received earlier in the over. Trying to give that thumb a bit of exercise. Must be hurting, throbbing. Got two more deliveries, then he can go and plunge it in a bowl of ice. Trying for the Yorker again. They'll go out on the onside. They'll come back for two. Got to hurry. Gets there easy in the end. Weakish return from the outfield and enables him to make the hard yards at the end and get home.
Now the Superstars dugout, yeah, they would have liked Afridi to hang around a bit more, and probably Sahel. You look at they were 63 for 6. Hustle on. Yeah, big boundaries here, so comfortable two in the end, but yeah, 6 for 63. Could have been so much worse.
They're going to run and going to make it. So it'll be a bye to end the innings. Another shorter delivery, slightly on the slower side from Mohammad Amir, but they managed to scamper through, and that'll mean at the end of 20 overs, they'll finish up on 140, will the Sylhet Superstars. Now then, he's referred the run out, so it might not count. That's why it hasn't ticked over on your screen, because you're just going to ask the question of the third umpire. Definitely missed the stumps at the striker's end, but did it go across to the striker's end, and was he found short of his ground? Really good job from Mohammad Amir. His 4 overs just costing 18, 1 for 18 for him. Bilawal Bhatti did his stuff pretty good as well, 1 for 20 of his 4. Right, so this will give us a better indication of whether he had made his ground or not. No, he hasn't. So it's not going to count. I'd already given it to them. I thought he had made his ground, but it's knocked the bails off, and he was very short of his ground. So that will mean that he'll walk out anyway, but it will be a wicket. So the Chittagong Vikings had the Sylhet Superstars in a world of hurt. They had them under the pump early on, and I think they'll feel that they've let them off the hook. Some poor fielding, poor catching, particularly in the case of Shahid Afridi. And he went on to get 62 of 41, 17 for Sohail Tanvir, and then Abdur Razak at the end, 10 of 12 deliveries. So in the end, they'll end up 139 for 9. Mohammad Amir, 1 for 18, really good. Shafiul, 2 wickets, but expensive. And then 1 each for Bilawal Bhatti, Tuskin, and Asif as well. Radio, let's go down pitch side with Pat Simcox.
Yep, I got Sohail Tanvir with me, the tall, fast man. He enjoyed his batting tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, playing along the Afridi is always enjoyment watching him, and he was middling well today, and I enjoyed.
Well, you just knocked it around, just gave him the strike.
No, idea was to, because he was middling well, so idea was to rotate the strike and give him chance, because he was going after the bowlers. And the second thing, we were targeting the small boundary, so that's why, I mean, I was trying to rotate the strike, and he was middling it well. So we were trying to score 150, but unluckily we got out. We both got out in the same over. But still, I think 140 is a good total if we bowl on the right areas. There is a bit for the fast bowlers, for the spinners as well.
Well, I was going to come to that, but let's just stay with you. Put in a 60-run partnership. When you got in there, you were in serious trouble.
Definitely, we lost early wickets, some run-outs. I think that was silly mistakes we made, and especially at the moment where we're standing in the pool table, we can't afford such mistakes. But luckily, we got it cover. Afridi played superb knock. I contributed as well. So we'll try now. It's a bowling turn. We will try to, because we got good bowlers, we've got good spinners, good fast bowlers. If we bowl in the right areas, as I said earlier, there is a bit juice for the fast bowlers and the spinners as well.
Well, I'm looking forward to you bowling. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, they'll need him to come to the party big time. So